Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by Bell Tire. Tigers catcher Alex Avila continues to swing a potent bat for the Tigers. Avila already has 8 home runs, a career high. 2 of them have come on this homestand. And Avila hopes to power the Tigers to a win here tonight against the Boston Red Sox. It is a cool, overcast night here at the ballpark as we get you ready for baseball. Game 2 of the series featuring the Red Sox and your Detroit Tigers. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba, glad to have you with us for Game 2 of the series. Rod Allen will join us in a moment. Tigers trying to shake off the effects of a lopsided loss here yesterday. They just could not get to Alfredo Aceves, but tonight they'll face someone different, very different. It's the knuckleballer Tim Wakefield. And the knuckleballers can always have a negative effect on your offensive output. But one guy that has not been bothered by Wakefield is Victor Martinez, his former teammate. Martinez is 6 for 15 career against Wakefield with a double, a home run, and 3 RBIs. Now, Tim Wakefield is 44 years of age. He is first all-time for the Red Sox in starts and innings pitched. And the knuckleballing right-hander will go tonight for Boston. In the meantime, now we send you back to the Call Sam Studios. And here's John Keating. Boston Red Sox here tonight in Game 2 of the series. If Detroit combines for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow. Get yourself a free small order of curly fries. Here's the starting lineup for the visiting Boston Red Sox. It is presented by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Jacoby Ellsbury leads it off in center, followed by Dustin Pedroia, the second baseman. Adrian Gonzalez at first. Kevin Youkilis cleaning up. Then it's Ortiz, the DH. Carl Crawford has been red hot of late. He's in left. Lowry, Reddick, and Saltalamacchia are your bottom 3 in the lineup. Here's the scouting report on Rick Porcello. It is presented tonight by Ace Hardware.
You know, Rick got off to a little bit of a slow start his first couple of outings this year, but after that, the sinker has been simply awesome. Lots of ground balls he's throwing, and another reason, he's got his confidence back, pitching with a tremendous amount of swagger on that mound, and he needs to slow down some of these left-handed bats that Terry Francona has run out there tonight for the Boston Red Sox, 7 of them to be exact. Let's take a look at the Tigers defensively, as always presented by Beaumont Hospitals. Rayburn, Jackson, Casper, Wells in the outfield. Inns, Peralta, Santiago, Victor Martinez. 131st start at first base. Cabrera, he's the DH tonight. And behind the plate is Alex Avila.
So Victor Martinez getting the start at first base for the Tigers. And we are ready for baseball here tonight. Rick Porcello getting ready to go to work against Jacoby Ellsbury. And here's the first pitch of the ball game. It's in there for a strike. Ellsbury leading it off. He'll be followed by Pedroia and then Gonzalez, this star-studded lineup for the visiting Boston Red Sox. The 0-1 pitch in the air toward left field, slicing to foul ground, and it will drop foul.
Left-handers are hitting .301 this year against Porcello, whereas right-handers are hitting only .189. Therefore, Terry Francona, 5 lefties, a couple of switch hitters in his starting lineup today against Rick.
Porcello, of course, very adept at getting ground balls, and he would like to see that trend continue here tonight. He was outstanding in his last start, the interleague start against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
He's been pretty good throughout his entire career at getting those ground balls.
That'll go foul. 0-2. The count stays on Ellsbury.
He's close to 2-to-1 ground ball for every fly ball that he issues.
Ellsbury batting .296, 5 home runs. Homered in the ball game yesterday. In fact, it was a 3-run shot. And he drives this one in the air. Shallow right field, and that ball is going to drop right in front of Casper Wells. It's a leadoff single for Ellsbury.
Sometimes in the outfield, when you play the corners, you can get fooled by the swing. Here's a big swing by Ellsbury, but the ball didn't travel all that far, and Wells gets a little bit of a late break and also takes one off the chin here. That ball bounced up and hit Casper right in the face.
Right in the chops.
He's got some seams on his face.
So the leadoff man is on. First hit of the game for the Red Sox, who pounded out 16 in yesterday's game, 20 the day before that in Cleveland. Here's a strike called on Dustin Pedroia.
And to the best of your ability, you'd like to try to keep Ellsbury at first base. He's got tremendous speed, fearless base stealer. And that way you at least keep the double play in order while Pedroia is standing in that batter's box.
Runner goes. Here comes Avila's throw. It's on target, and it is tardy. A stolen base for Ellsbury. And that's going to be his 18th of the year, which now ties him for the major league lead.
Out of all the people that were missing from their lineup last year, I can't think of anybody that was any more important than Jacoby Ellsbury. His speed, his ability to play the outfield, and hit left-handed, they really missed him last year.
And they had a lot of guys out of the lineup at either or some points of the lineup or the season, but this guy certainly gets the offense going, and he was missed tremendously. Ellsbury now with 18 steals leads the American League. He is tied with Michael Bourne in all of baseball and the National League as well.
This Boston team can beat you in a lot of different ways. They've got speed, they've got power, they've got some bullpen depth, they've got 3 really good starting pitchers as well. It's a well-balanced team.
And the 1-2. Pedroia hits it high in the air. Right field. Easy play for Wells. Ellsbury tagging up but going nowhere. First out of the ball game. That'll bring up Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez, 44 RBIs, has become a deadly hitter in the middle of this Boston lineup. And it's been an unbelievable month of May for Gonzalez. He's hitting .359 this month. He had a hit and an RBI in yesterday's game. Trying to drive in a run early in this one. Runner at second with one out. The 0-1 pitch. Avila blocks it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Porcello has made 2 career starts against the Boston Red Sox. He is winless against them, 0-1. And an ERA north of 6. He is, however, right now pitching as well as he has been his entire career. Back out of play on the foul. 1-2 on Gonzalez. 7-game hitting streak going right now, and a lot of these Red Sox have a hitting streak going based on all the offense they've put up in the last week or so. This is a Boston team that has caught fire in the month of May. And they are 28-22 now, 6 over. Here's the 1-2. Hit to the right side on one hop. Santiago has it. Runner moves up, 2 gone. 4-3 on the putout. Ellsbury to third base. And they'll bring up Kevin Youkilis. Porcello gets his first ground ball out of the game. Youkilis digging in now. Batting .272. He's hit 8 home runs this year. And Porcello will pitch from the windup with the runner at third. And it gets away from Avila. That'll get a run in. And Boston takes a 1-0 lead. Ellsbury comes in to score.
Alex didn't really shift over to get this ball. It's a 2-seamer and it's down and it's moving, and he doesn't quite get over and get the glove down to at least keep the ball in front of him, which would have prevented Ellsbury from scoring.
There's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Leadoff single, 2 outs later. Ellsbury gets to third and scores on the wild pitch. That is hit in the air to center field and hit a ton. Jackson going back, edge of the warning track to make the play. A run in for Boston. We go to the bottom of the first. 1-0. In this game, we'll check out the Tigers starting lineup here this evening. Brought to you by Big Boy. Austin Jackson, Ramon Santiago, and Ryan Rayburn are your top 3 tonight. Cabrera, the DH. Victor Martinez at first base. Johnny Peralta, the shortstop. And your bottom 3 features Avila, Wells, and Brandon Inge. Bernstein Advantage brings you the scouting report on Tim Wakefield. Get the Bernstein Advantage. We go to bat for you.
Well, Wakefield's got the nasty knuckler, and for the most part, 85 to 90% of his pitches will be knuckleballs, and no one has more. 194 active wins for the Boston Red Sox, and that's the most by anybody that's playing the game today.
44 years of age, and he's still going. Out of Melbourne, Florida, Tim Wakefield. He floats one in up high, 2-0 on Austin Jackson. Jackson, Santiago, and Rayburn in the first inning, down by a run. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Pulled on the ground and through, base hit for Jackson. Tigers get the leadoff man out.
Let's take a look at the Boston Red Sox defensively. As always, presented by Tim Hortons. In the outfield is CC. That would be Carl Crawford. He's on fire right now. Ellsbury, the speedster in center. Reddick's in right. Euclid, Lowry, Pedroia, Gonzalez. They round out the infield. And Jared Saltalamacchia is getting the start behind the plate in the second game of this series. The captain, Jason Varitek, caught last night.
So here is Santiago with Austin Jackson at first base. Santiago batting in the 2 slot, and I just wonder, Ron, if it's easier to steal against a knuckleballer here than it would be against a guy that throws 93, 94.
Not necessarily with Wakefield. Wakefield takes very little time, even though it's a knuckleball, takes very little time getting that ball out of his hand into the catcher's glove.
There he goes in a pitch out, throw down to second, not in time, it bounced in. Saltalamacchia had the pitch out called as well and still couldn't throw him out. So the Tigers get the tying run in scoring position.
One thing you don't have to do here is a catcher's rush on the pitch out. It appeared that Saltalamacchia did rush his throw, therefore did not make a good throw, and Jackson slides in safely.
So Jackson wasting little time in getting his 8th stolen base. Santiago pops it in the air, shallow center. Ellsbury coming in. 1 out, runner holds.
For the most part, when you're going up against a knuckleballer, you want to make sure the ball is about up around your letters when the ball is approaching home plate. Therefore, it will land somewhere around your waist. If the ball's around your waist, it's going to be a ball below your knees. It's that old saying, see it high, let it fly. If it's low, just let it go.
Here's Ryan Rayburn back in the lineup tonight, hitting .204. And he pops one in the air. Shallow left field. Carl Crawford coming in. And just like that, 2 gone.
It's very easy as a hitter when you go up there against a guy that's only floating it up there at 66 miles an hour to think that you can just lift and separate and try to hit the ball out of the ballpark. But it's very difficult to do. You can see that ball's floating. Ryan Rayburn gets underneath it and pops up.
That'll bring up Miguel Cabrera with 2 outs. This one will get back toward the seats and out of play. 0-1 on Miguel.
Jim Leyland has taken the same luxury here tonight as Terry Francona, the manager, on the other side. He has loaded up his lineup today with lots of right-handers. Right-handers do a little bit better against Wakefield than lefties do. Therefore, Dirks and Bosch, they're not in the starting lineup here tonight. It's Rayburn and Wells.
Wakefield chasing the runner Jackson back. By the way, Jackson is the first player to steal a base off Wakefield this year.
That's what that point I was making before Jackson did take off. It's hard to steal against Wakefield.
Line drive almost hit Jackson into center. Here he comes rounding third. He'll score. And Cabrera gets it done with 2 outs.
Cabrera came to the plate hitting .462 this year with runners in scoring position. And had Victor Martinez not been batting behind Cabrera and having such a great May, I'm sure Terry Francona would not have even pitched to Miguel. So give Martinez a little credit for that RBI as well.
So the Tigers have tied it up. And Cabrera gets his 35th RBI of the year. Miguel, in his career, came into this game only hitting .243 as a DH. But he comes through here against Wakefield as Martinez stands in. Victor was 0 for 3 yesterday. Wakefield throws a strike, 1-1. 2011 marks his 19th big league season, 17 of them with the Red Sox. That one missed. 2-1. And another knuckler that's in there for a strike. 2-2 on Victor. Martinez has 16 RBIs in his last 16 games.
That is a thing of beauty.
Wakefield will handle this one. And Victor is out of there, ending the inning. They tie it up, though, a run on 2 hits. We go to the second. Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Strength and stability since 1849. Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or see your local dealer today. And by Arby's. Stop by today and try the Market Fresh grilled chicken and pecan salad sandwich. Back here at the ballpark, Polish American night here tonight. Downtown Detroit, an even pause is dressed appropriately tonight. And getting into the festivities. It's a 1-1 ball game so far. The Tigers and Red Sox in game 2 in this series. David Ortiz looks at a strike from Rick Porcello. Ortiz at 309 yesterday had another big day. A couple of hits, scored 3 runs. In fact, Ortiz now is gunning to finish the year hitting 300 or better. He hadn't done that since the 07 season. That's the last time he hit 300. 332 that year. And he drives this one high in the air. Right field. Ball is hooking. And that ball is fouled. Whoa.
That's that two-seam fastball that Porcello has been throwing to left-handed batters, but you have to get the ball down. This ball kind of leaks right back over the middle of the plate, and it's up. And Big Papi launches on it. You've got to get it down if you're going to go inside. Big Papi swinging the bat like he's young again. He's got some bat speed coming through that strike zone these days.
Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, and Porcello strikes him out. 1 away. First strikeout of the game for Rick. It'll bring up Carl Crawford, who in his last 2 games has been, well, on fire, I guess the best way to put it.
You got that right.
Crawford in yesterday's game, 4 out of 5. In fact, he had 2 triples. He's the all-time active triples leader. with 108. 0-1 on Crawford. And that average, look at it now, up to 244, which may not seem like a whole lot, but wasn't long ago he was in the low 200s. He'll get him this time as Martinez handles the ground ball. 2 away. And now Jed Lowry. Lowry back in the lineup in this one here tonight. Got the day off yesterday as the Red Sox went with Drew Sutton. Lowry off to a really good start this year. His average right now at 300. He's tailed off a bit recently. Only 1 hit in his last 12 at bats. Porcello's 1-0. 1 ball, 1 strike. The run the Red Sox got in the first inning was the first time this year that Porcello has given up a run in the first inning of any of his starts. This is his 10th start of the year. And they manufactured one. Here's the 1-2. That's into right field, a base hit. Lowry goes down to get it. 2-out single. And the second hit of the night for the Red Sox. That'll bring up Josh Reddick. Reddick, like most of the Red Sox yesterday, had a big game, 3 for 5 in his first game back in the big leagues this year. Called up from their AAA team in Pawtucket, where he put up some pretty good power numbers. Ball 1. Reddick has appeared in the big leagues briefly each of the last 2 years, a total of 56 games, so he's back up there this year. Now the 1-0 outside. 2 balls, no strikes on Reddick. Saltalamacchia waiting on deck.
Do not know for sure, but Reddick was hitting for a lot of power in the minor leagues this year. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Terry Francona might turn him loose here if it's a fastball to his liking.
There's a strike on the outer edge. 3-1. 12 home runs this year down at Pawtucket. 29 RBIs, although the batting average was a little bit low, 248. He was driving in some runs. 3-1 pitch. Fouled away. 3-2 on Josh Reddick. Pretty good crowd here tonight. A chilly night here at the ballpark. 54 degrees our game time temperature, but with the BOS Sox in town, usually a pretty good crowd, and tonight no different. Although it is a jacketed crowd.
They say the weather's going to warm up quite a bit the next few days.
Fouled away.
It's supposed to be close to 90 degrees on Sunday, and Monday is supposed to be nice as well.
Well, as long as there's no rain, because we've had enough of it the last week.
That's right.
You can't even see the ren scent out there with the low-hanging clouds, the fog out there. 3-2. Runner goes, and it's fouled away. So Reddick continues to give Porcello a battle. Tigers came into play tonight 6 behind the Cleveland Indians in the Central. Chicago now is just 4 under the 500 mark, so they're charging a bit. And there is ball 4, so Reddick gets a walk and a couple of 2-out base runners for Boston. First walk of the game for Mr. Porcello. So now the number 9 hitter, Jared Saltalamacchia.
You have to be careful here with Jared. I know the batting average is not that high. It's just at 240, but he's been doing a lot of damage lately. And last week or so, he's been swinging a really hot stick.
Well, the entire month of May has been a whole lot better for Saltalamacchia, who started the year batting just .216 in the month of April. All 4 of his home runs have come here in May. 2 on, 2 out. And ball 1. So Saltalamacchia, like the rest of the Red Sox, starting to heat up. There are his May numbers from .216 in April to .265 here in the month of May. And Porcello missing again. Now he's starting to dig a hole. 2-0. Saltalamacchia began his major league career in Atlanta, then traded to Texas. And a strike call, 2-1. Boston got a run in the first. Tigers answer. Porcello got a couple of quick outs here in the second, but a single and a walk. Three and one. So Rick has lost sight of home plate a bit here in the second inning. You've got the top of the order. Ellsbury waiting on deck.
Well, Boston's a patient team. They've walked a total of 188 times this year as a team. The only team in the majors that has walked more than them are the St. Louis Cardinals. So they will make you throw strikes.
3-2. Well, we're talking about the fact that they've really come out here in the month of May.
And it's not just one guy. Collectively, they've gotten hot together.
Got the big hitters in the middle that are doing the job. The guys at the top setting the table. 3-2 with the runners going, and a swing and a miss. Saltalamacchia is out of there, and Porcello in the nick of time gets his second strikeout of the game. Red Sox leave a pair, and we go to the bottom of the second. Comerica Park, and Johnny Peralta leads it off for Detroit. It'll be Peralta, Avila, and Wells facing Tim Wakefield. They gave up a couple of hits, a steal, and a run in that first inning. And Peralta swings on the first pitch. There may be room for Gonzalez, and he just can't quite get there. A fan in row one made the play.
That's a good fan there. Must be a Tigers fan.
It was a backhanded play, too.
I'll take that.
Ooh, nice.
Does he catch it if he doesn't? The fan doesn't get in the way?
He might have. Yeah, I think he might have. But once you lean into the stands, the fans have the right of way if they want.
That is true.
He's got a Red Sox hat on.
Wow.
He robbed his own guy.
Yeah.
Good for you. 2-1 on Peralta. Johnny at 299 right now was 1 for 2 in yesterday's game. High, towering fly ball, left field, hit well. Crawford back to the wall, and that one is gone. Peralta has given the Tigers the lead. They should have let it go. Too late now.
Well, Johnny got new life. And one of those knuckleballs didn't knuckle all that much. Not really doing a whole lot of tumbling. And Johnny got underneath it and hit it into the Boston Red Sox bullpen. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier as far as the knuckleball is concerned. If you see it up around the letters, you know beyond a shadow of a doubt it's going to get right down into your happy zone. And it got down into the happy zone of Johnny Peralta.
There's a strike called on Alex Avila, and Peralta has just hit his 8th of the season.
What a year Peralta is having.
Been pretty impressive, and I have to admit I was a little bit worried in spring training when I saw Johnny was hitting, well, struggling to hit 200 the entire camp. Boy, that ball is hit high in the air to left, but not going to be deep enough. One gone.
Take one more look at the Johnny swing here. The ball is up. I mean, it's up around the letters, maybe a tad higher. He knows the ball is going to come down, so he sets his sights down around the knees, and he kind of lifts it out of here.
That home run, by the way, 430 feet. No cheapie. 430.
And he got no help there from Wakefield.
No.
That is all Johnny.
Strong guy. And a happy guy right now. One ball and one strike. Casper Wells gets the start in right field tonight. There's the 1-1. Fouled straight back. Peralta didn't hit his 8th home run until July 30th last year. What's today? May the 27th?
Real nice pickup for the Tigers.
And that was against the Red Sox as well.
Is that today he hit 2?
Yep. That debut at Fenway. Pretty good. High pop up. Shallow left. Jed Lowry going back, and it finally nestles into his glove.
Well, this is what some of the shortstops are doing around the American League. You've got Peralta, you've got Cabrera in Cleveland having a great year. It's Torres, there's Lowry, there's Andrews, and Derek Jeter as well. I'd say Johnny Peralta kind of holding his own.
I would say so. Really, the only guy that has been more impressive than him has been Asdrubal Cabrera. There's Brandon Inge. Inge has 2 career home runs against Wakefield. The 0-1. 0-2.
One of the reasons why you load your batting order up with right-handed batters is the fact that the right-handers have to concentrate a little bit more. They have to keep the front shoulder closed to make sure they put the ball in play effectively.
Hit to third base. Kevin Youkilis gobbles it up. That's going to be it for Detroit. Not before they take the lead, though. Johnny Peralta put a charge into one, and I mean a charge. Over 400 feet. 2-1 Detroit.
To talk about August of 2009. We're going to go back for a little flashback with Kevin Youkilis up at bat in the second inning. The first pitch, Rick Porcello hits him right in the middle of the back. And as you can see, things get a little ugly there. Full out brawl, bench clearing. What people might not remember about this series, however, is Miguel Cabrera was actually hit the game before. That was a Tuesday game. He was hit by Brad Penny, who at the time was playing for the Boston Red Sox. Obviously now, both of them in Tigers uniforms. And I have to say, I've been in that clubhouse, Rod and Mario, and they're friendly. There's no bad blood there whatsoever. It's all baseball, and Rick Porcello did say after that incident that he didn't intentionally hit him. But, you know, those kind of things happen.
Yes, Shannon, boys will be boys. And you know what? I forgot about the fact that Brad Penny at the time was with the Red Sox and hit Cabrera.
I did not remember that myself, but I do remember that there was a little bit of it going on in that particular series. And at that time, Youkilis had been hit a bunch during the course of the year, and he was tired of it.
Yeah, Youkilis, in fact, has been hit more than any other Red Sox in their history, so he's kind of used to it, I guess.
He was embarrassed by it the next day.
There's a ground ball foul off the bat of Jacoby Ellsbury.
Yeah, but Youkilis said enough is enough, and he had enough, and he was just sending a message that he was not going to be a human pinball.
Now, are you with me on that whole thing in that Porcello probably got the better of that exchange?
Well, I guess so. I mean, he charged him and he was able to throw him down to the ground.
Ball high.
So I guess you could say that.
Because the next day I was reading newspaper accounts in Boston about how Youkilis was throwing Porcello around like a rag doll. And I didn't see that. But I would be a little bit, I'd be backpedaling too if Youkilis running at me. 3-1 is hammered down the right field line. That ball is gone. A home run.
He is sizzling hot right now. And where did he get all this power from?
I don't know. He hit one yesterday. That's his sixth.
And that's the count that Porcello has to stay out of. 3-1 predictable fastball counts if he's going to throw a fastball. That's where you can cheat. You can clear your hips out of the way, as Ellsbury does, and the bat lightning quick through the strike zone. He drills it.
Ellsbury 6 for his last 12 with 2 homers in that stretch, and that has tied the game at 2. Dustin Pedroia, the batter. Here's the 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pedroia flied out his first time up. Batting .246 right now. And he looks at a ball high, 2-1. We're talking about Pedroia yesterday during the game and the fact that he's playing with a screw in his foot after having surgery last year. He fouled the ball off his foot and fractured it. So that's something he's going to have to get used to as Porcello dusts him back.
He's got a screw in that foot. He's going to get it taken out in the offseason. But he's a gamer. He plays just about every day, even though he's not feeling 100%.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. Outside, he lost him, and so the first two reach here for Boston.
Porcello came into the action tonight not giving up lots of free passes. He has been filling up the strike zone with quality strikes and not giving up base on balls. But as I told you earlier, Boston walks more than any team in the American League.
Quick visit from the pitching coach, Rick Knapp. And we'll see if he can get the ground ball here from Gonzalez. Got himself a double play. He got Adrian to bounce out his first time up. You can see the ratio not all that good, at least at this point, for Rick. 7-game hitting streak right now for Adrian Gonzalez. Each team 2 runs on 3 hits. Fouled off 0-1. Gonzalez leads the American League already with 21 multiple hit games. It hasn't taken him long to slide right into the American League and do some damage. Of course, he's in a very good lineup with a lot of support in front and behind. Bouncing ball foul.
I was reading some comments by Gonzalez a couple of days ago when he was asked about the slow start that he got off to in the American League, and was it difficult for him changing leagues? He says, no, I don't adjust my swing to the league. I adjust my swing from pitcher to pitcher. So he's one of those guys that's been able to make the adjustment, and he kind of knows what opposing pitchers are trying to do to him.
The 0-2. Way high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Porcello with 6 consecutive starts of allowing 2 runs or fewer, and he's given up 2 already in this game. Throw back. And here are the numbers in the last 6. Opponents are batting just .214 against him. Gonzalez is a good double play candidate. He's bounced into 10 already this year, which is the 2nd highest total.
Wow.
In the American League. Now, who would you guess is first? You'd guess a slow lumbering guy, wouldn't you?
You would think that.
Torrey Hunter, 13.
Really?
Yeah. He wouldn't be high on my list.
He's got that big swing, though. Torrey doesn't get out of the batter's box very fast, but he would not be high on my list either. Not 13 of them.
Outside 2-2.
Well, if you're Porcello, you want contact right here. And you don't want to throw a ball to run the count to 3-2, which would allow Pedroia to run on the swing. Or the pitch, I should say. So you want contact here. And preferably contact at somebody.
Ground ball hits the mound, rolls into center field. That'll move the runner to second base, and the first 3 have reached now for Boston. So that's a base hit for Adrian Gonzalez.
Let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch at how he attacks one of the best hitters in the game today. A couple of sinker balls at the bottom of the strike zone, followed by a changeup. Changes the eye level by going up, and then he runs the count to 2-2, and that ball whistled right back through the box by Adrian Gonzalez.
Youkilis looks at a strike, 0-1. Kevin fly to center field his first time up. Batting .270 right now.
And throughout his career, he has been a dangerous bat against Tigers pitching.
Runners in scoring position this year, only 264.
His career average is better than that, I believe.
The odd batting stance.
We talk a lot about his hands, but those feet, quite a bit different from the way that most guys start with their feet. Most guys have their feet shoulder width apart while standing in the batter's box.
The 1-1. Well, we also mentioned a little bit ago that he has been hit more than anybody in Boston Red Sox history. He's been hit 72 times.
And take a look at the feet here. Getting his rhythm. All of a sudden, he takes about a pretty big stride.
The 2-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. What is it about his stance, do you think, that lends him to getting hit as much as he does?
Well, I don't know
is
if he stands on top of the plate or if it's just that teams just think they can get him out inside. I think that's probably it more than anything, that he does a lot of damage. He's a good hitter, and so you have to pitch him in.
Hit well, right center field. Jackson on his horse. He is not going to catch this one. Up against the wall. This might get 2 runs in, and it will. Kevin Youkilis hit that ball a long way, and it's now 4-2 Red Sox.
It's not really how you start, but it's how you finish. And we talked about this was probably going to be the toughest start of the season for Porcello, and you have to stay out of 3-1 counts. That's a 3-1 fastball that Youkilis catches out front, and he hits the ball in the right center where they got quite a few hits in last night's game. I think Carl Crawford tripled in that area twice last night.
It's a 5th hit of the game now for Boston. They have scored 3 here in the 3rd, and still nobody out. Homer, walk, single, double. There's David Ortiz. He sends one high in the air to center, but straight to Jackson. First out of the inning, and Ortiz 0 for 2. That'll bring up Crawford. And already some action now in the Detroit bullpen. Charlie Furbush, who pitched extremely well in his big league debut, starting to heat up.
He had the last 3 days off.
Oh, 0-1 on Carl Crawford. A couple of triples in yesterday's game. Earlier this year, picked up his 1,500th hit as a big league player. Big swing there, 0-2.
CC's fairly young, isn't he? 29?
29, I want to say.
1,500 hits already?
Yeah, I don't think he's 30 yet.
Wow. He's going to be in Boston for a while. He's got a chance to get 3,000.
He'll turn 30 on August 5th. That is a lot of hits, isn't it?
That's a lot of hits.
Now when you think about it.
It's a lot of hits. With his speed and that lineup for the next 7 years.
And the 1-2. Fought that one off.
And I know beyond a shadow of a doubt he is elated at the fact that he's not playing on that artificial surface anymore in Tampa. That will add a couple of more years onto his career, getting off that carpet.
Brings up an interesting point, because so many players that play on that turf tell you about the back begins to ache, the legs begin to ache, the hamstrings begin to ache. So you think now, playing in Boston, that he could add a couple of years.
And he had all those issues in Tampa. The hamstrings, the back.
2-2. Fouled straight back. Ellsbury led it off with a homer. Pedroia walked. Gonzalez singled, and then Youkilis hit one to the wall in right center, knocking in 2. It's been a rocky start here for Rick Porcello. 4 runs on 5 hits allowed. Missed it inside. 3-2 now on Crawford. Jed Lowry would be next. He's waiting in the on-deck circle. The Red Sox trying to pile on to a 3-run inning already. Fly ball, right field. Deep. Wells to the track, to the wall, and that one is gone.
Really? Looked like he got jammed.
Second home run in the inning for the Boston Red Sox. And they lead 6-2. First Ellsbury and now Crawford, who muscled that one out of here.
Take a look where contact's made on the bat here. Didn't appear to be on the sweet spot, but boy, did he drill it.
Three extra base hits in this inning. And it's a 5-run inning for Boston. They lead 6-2. Fouled away.
This lineup right here will present problems for most right-handed pitchers. 7 left-handed bats in the lineup today for Terry Francona against Rick Porcello.
Ground ball first base side. Martinez hitting the pitcher covering Porcello. 2 gone. Time for a game break now. To the studio we go. Here's John Keating. Thanks, Keith. Might be the first time ever I've been known as a polka king.
You and me both.
And the last time probably too. Here's Josh Reddick.
He better be careful. Our mics are hot. His is cut off right now.
That's right. We have the last laugh is what you're saying. 1-1 on Reddick. He walked back in the second. 5-run frame for the Red Sox. Red Sox now lead the majors in home runs this month with 33 this month. Yankees had 32. Well, there were a lot of people freaking out in the month of April. That slow start the Red Sox got off to, I mean, really freaking out. Thinking this was going to be the biggest flop in the history of the game, but not so. That's popped up. Left side of the infield, Inge. In fair ground, makes the catch to retire the side. They send 8 men to the plate and score 5 times. to you by AT&T and by IQ Cleaner, the smarter cleaner. Back here at Comerica Park, Polish American night here at the ballpark this evening. And the Red Sox have a 6-2 lead for Tim Wakefield after scoring 5 in the top of the third. Austin Jackson leads it off. And Wakefield misses outside 2-0. It'll be Jackson, Santiago, and then Rayburn. Jackson singled, stole a base, and scored. Well, the Tigers do have some history against Tim Wakefield. In fact, you think back to that game back in 2004 when they hit 6 home runs in a single game against Wakefield. Peralta already has 1 tonight.
And apparently the ball's flying out of Comerica Park here tonight. 2 home runs on the other side. You mentioned Peralta's home run.
3-1 pitch. And there's ball 4, leadoff man out.
Hey fans, celebrate Elvis night tomorrow when the Tigers play the Red Sox at 7:10 p.m. Enjoy the music of Elvis Presley throughout the game and see Elvis tribute artists perform on Comerica Park Concourse. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
By the way, did you notice those cupcakes that they brought to the booth before the game?
Yeah, I did notice those cupcakes.
Apparently these are Elvis's favorite cupcakes. I don't know what flavor they are. I think they're either banana or peanut butter or something.
They
like
got a lot
that.
of stuff going on in them.
They do. So it was just a little preview of what we can expect in Elvis night tomorrow night. That'll get away from Saltalamacchia. And the runner will move up to second and hold there. So the Tigers an opportunity to get a run back. Wild pitch.
Only the 3rd wild pitch of the season by Tim Wakefield. You would think that he would have a whole lot more than that because he's very, very difficult to catch.
One ball, 1 strike. Bouncing ball to short. And Santiago is out. Do you have the official ingredients in those Elvis cupcakes?
Yes, I do. Inspired by Elvis Presley's love of peanut butter and banana sandwiches.
There you go.
It features a moist banana cupcake topped with peanut butter, buttercream frosting, and dipped in chocolate. If I eat one of those, I got to get to the gym at about 6 a.m. in the morning.
do about an extra hour just to break even.
I'm trying to get this fluffiness off of me right now.
Here's Rayburn. Here's a bunt. Wakefield better hurry. Ooh, and he just got it. He took his time on that one, but still got it.
That's a veteran move by Wakefield. He kind of knew the runner, and so he just kind of got over there as quick as he could at age 44. He kind of takes his time. He uses the glove and also the hand to corral the baseball, and he's able to get Rayburn. Good idea by Rayburn. If you get it over down the line, it's a base hit.
Here's Cabrera now with 2 outs.
And Rayburn was out today taking some early batting practice, trying to get it going.
It's popped up, foul ground. Gonzalez to end the inning. They get a walk, they get a runner to third, but strand a man on their way to the 4th. reason why? How about the left-handed batters tonight? You touched on this.
Well, 7 of them went up against Porcello at the start of this game. They are a combined 5 for 11 with a couple of big flies. And so Jim goes to the bullpen early tonight, and it's Charlie Furbush in only his second outing of his career. Here are his Toledo numbers, but he was sensational just a couple of days ago, making his major league debut. And here's a little bit of what Charlie was able to do, getting a win in this game when Phil Koch had to leave with an ankle injury.
Furbush came out with some traffic on the bases, did a nice job, and acquitted himself quite well in that first appearance. So he'll get another chance here against a much different offense, though, the Boston Red Sox.
Well, he should be able to slow these left-handers down, though. If you're left-handed and you're pitching out of the bullpen, as Furbush is right now, one of your jobs is to get left-handed hitters out, and there's a lot of them, although there's a couple of switch hitters as well, and Saltalamacchia would be one of those guys.
He'll lead it off. Then it's Ellsbury and Pedroia. 6-6-0 for the Red Sox. 2-3-0 for the Tigers. Ball 1 to Saltalamacchia. It's kind of shades of Fenway Park when we were there last week. It's really kind of getting foggy here at the ballpark. Downtown is covered by the mist.
Yeah, this weather is following the Boston Red Sox. And they're awfully comfortable in it, too.
Outside 2-0 on Saltalamacchia. There's a good look of the skyline, or what you can see of it. And the 2-0. He was swinging. 2-1. Saltalamacchia, Ellsbury, and Pedroia. They sent 8 men to the plate in the third, scoring 5 times. Here's Charlie's 2-1 pitch. Threw it by him, 2-2. Furbush in his minor league days racked up a lot of strikeouts, really at every single level, including AAA this year. And there is a little bit of deception to his delivery, which must have something to do with that. A little hesitation. And the ball gets on you quick, and he strikes him out.
Look out, Charlie.
His first strikeout, 1 gone. Time for the trivia question tonight. And it's courtesy, as it is every night, of AT&T, who was the most recent Tiger to be inducted into the National Polish American Sports Hall of Fame. On Polish American night here at the ballpark tonight. We'll give you a little bit of a hint. You want a hint, Rod?
Yes, please give me a hint.
He played in the 70s.
Thank you for that hint. What's funny?
Oh, and what else?
I appreciate it.
It sounds like you do. I don't know that it really helped you all that much.
That would be correct.
6-2 Boston here. With 1 out, the 1-strike pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Ellsbury. Jacoby hit a homer again in the third. That's his second in as many days here against the Tigers.
And Jacoby playing like he wants to make the All-Star team this year. Stolen bases, power, playing well defensively.
Well, he had that big hitting streak in the month of April, 19 games, which is the longest streak for a Red Sox player since Victor Martinez a couple of years ago had a 25-gamer.
It kind of went unnoticed, though, because the team was playing so poorly.
Sure did. Furbush missing away, and the count goes to 3-1. And there's a strike to make it 3-2 on Jacoby. Played his college ball at Oregon State. Pedroia waiting on deck.
They played against each other in the Pac-10. They were both in college at the same time.
In the air toward left. Rayburn is there. 2 gone. One thing we have noticed about Charlie Furbush, he can really cause a problem for left-handed hitters.
He's looking like he wants to stay here for a while. He was starting down in the minor leagues. He had 55 strikeouts as a starter in Toledo's rotation before coming to the big leagues, and that was good to lead the International League. He almost made the team out of spring training. Final cut was Furbush.
Strike one. Pedroia with a walk and a run scored. Fly ball right field. Hit pretty good.
Ball's flying to deck.
Wells halfway onto the warning track, and a 1-2-3 inning for Charlie Furbush. On our way to the bottom of the fourth. Here at Comerica Park, Tim Wakefield back at the hill. And he will be facing Victor Martinez, Johnny Peralta, and Alex Avila. Big 5-run third, the difference in this one. Tigers had a 2-1 lead at that point. There's a bouncing ball left side to Kevin Youkilis. And on that one pitch, Martinez is out of there. Trivia question again. He had some time to think about it. Courtesy of AT&T. Who was the most recent Tiger to be inducted into the National Polish American Sports Hall of Fame? That would be the Bird. Back on June 18th of 2009, he was the Rookie of the Year in '76. Almost won a Cy Young. Of course, we all know about the Bird.
I miss him.
I do too. We had so much fun with him every time we would go to Boston.
Didn't we? He just took over the broadcast, and I didn't mind it at all.
No, he would finish or actually come up and spend some time with us in the booth. He finished his career in the Boston organization in the minor leagues. And the Bird recently passing away. Was that last year? Or was it 2 years
Not
ago?
sure.
2
Not
years
sure.
ago. Johnny Peralta, the batter.
It seems like it was just a year ago. If it was a couple of years.
It was a couple of seasons ago. And we lost the Bird. 3-0 pitch. In for a strike. 3-1 on Peralta, who had a mammoth home run back in the second. April 14th of '09 is when the Bird passed away. And he walked him. The 1-out runner now for the Tigers. That is the second base on balls for Wakefield. Other Tiger names that you might remember in the Polish American Sports Hall of Fame would be Alan Trammell, Frank Tanana is in there. One on, one out. Here's Avila in the air to center. He's chasing Ellsbury back. Still going. Well, you're right. It is just jumping out there tonight.
And it doesn't appear that some of these guys are really centering the baseball on the sweet part of the bat. But it's almost getting to the warning track every fly ball that's hit. And 3 have left the building. Peralta hit 1, and Ellsbury and Crawford for the Boston Red Sox.
I thought the ball was supposed to fly in warm weather. Tonight it's chilly. It's 54 right now. Casper Wells, the batter. He popped up back in the second. Tigers have been out hit 6-3, outscored 6-2. Last year, Wakefield passed Roger Clemens for the all-time franchise lead in starts. He did that in July of last year.
If he hangs on for another year or two, he'll pass him in wins.
He was an all-star just a couple of years ago. For the first time in his career in 2009, he made the all-star team at age 42, and he has just struck out Casper Wells. Second strikeout of the game. Tigers leave a man, and we go to the 5th. Sox 6 runs, 6 hits for Boston, and the Tigers tonight 2 runs on 3 hits.
Hey fans, this week is another prime time edition of Fox Saturday Baseball, and it originates right here at Comerica Park as the Tigers take on the Red Sox. Coverage begins tomorrow night at 7 on your local Fox station.
Charlie Furbush back to the hill as we go to the 5th inning. Charlie came on to pitch the 4th and got him 1, 2, 3, and now he's going to face Gonzalez, Euclid, and Ortiz. Rick Porcello lasted just 3 innings in this game. Gave up a couple of home run balls. Gonzalez is 1 for 2, singled, scored a run. First pitch is in for a strike, a high strike on Adrian. 8 home runs this month. 8 of his 9 home runs have come here in the month of May, which is quickly winding down. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gonzalez, a 3-time All-Star with the San Diego Padres, won a couple of Gold Gloves as well. He can do it all.
Yeah, San Diego Padres are really missing Gonzalez as we speak.
Ooh, look out. Knocked down by Peralta, but he can't quite grab the hot potato. That thing came whistling by Furbush.
That's the second time he's hit a ball right back up the box like that. If Johnny Peralta is able to field the ball cleanly after he gets over there, there's no doubt he throws out Gonzalez. Gonzalez appeared to slow down as he was running down the line.
So the second hit of the game for Gonzalez. Leadoff man is on for Youkilis. In his last at bat, Youkilis hit one to deep right center field, a double knocking in 2.
And just to finish that thought on the San Diego Padres, Gonzalez's former team, they're 10 games under 500. They're 7.5 games back in the National League West. And they were an eyelash from getting to the postseason last year.
Yeah, they certainly were. Offensively, they don't get a whole lot going, do they?
Well, especially when you miss this guy.
How about the Padres? They're hitting .228 as a team.
Scuffling.
Dead last. So that is a mighty big bat not to have. 1 ball, 1 strike on Youkilis. Fouled off the mask of Avila.
Here's the National League West standings. The Tigers will see the Diamondbacks. They will see Colorado. They will also see the Dodgers. And so they'll be playing 3 of those teams.
And the 1-2. 2-2 on Youkilis. Giants, of course, now without Buster Posey, gone for the year. With that collision at home plate, breaking his leg, and that could turn out to be a devastating injury for them.
That has been big news. Real hot topic.
A hot topic indeed. They're calling for some changes in the rules and collisions at home plate. And the 2-2. It's outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, the most famous collision at home plate happened in an exhibition game when Pete Rose slammed into Ray Fosse and pretty much ended his career.
I hate to admit it, but that kind of went through my mind when I watched Buster Posey take that blow.
3-2 pitch. Youkilis hits a fly ball into shallow right center. Wells and Jackson converge, and Austin makes the play.
Here's the Posey injury. It's a clean play, but it wasn't necessary. Just wasn't necessary. A lot of plate there on the backside to be tagged, and just looked like some intent.
And so Posey is done for the year.
It used to be when you were thinking about a collision at home plate, if you were a base runner, running around second or coming from third, you tried to reach into the catcher's glove and jar the ball.
Right.
I mean, that was the goal, to get the ball out of the catcher's glove. Reach in, pull it out, do whatever you could do. But that was violent.
Yeah, that was a full body block there with a good portion of the home plate area open. 0-1 on David Ortiz. They've got the shift on for him defensively. David in the ballgame is 0 for 2. Fly ball strikeout. There's the strike. 1-2 on Ortiz. Big Papi with 17 extra base hits in the month of May. It's more than anybody in the major leagues. What a year it's been for him. Furbush ready with a 1-2. 2-2. Pull that one foul. 2-2 the count stays.
You know, I ran over catcher one time in my career, and I'm famous for it now. It was in Japan. It was a base hit to right field. I already knew he was going to be blocking the plate because this is kind of what his reputation was. Akimoto, the catcher for the Taiyo Whales. I slowed down, and he rolled over like I about killed him.
You could have really crushed him if you wanted to.
Absolutely.
You could have destroyed him. Now, what happened after that?
Well, we all know the history there. You know, I had to charge the mound the next time that I went to the plate. But the point I'm trying to make is that he was blocking the plate. He was vulnerable there. And I slowed down. I gave him a little bit of a forearm shiver. And he went down like, you know.
Like one of those soccer injuries.
Yeah. And he stayed in the game.
Oh, he stayed in the game, did he?
He stayed in the game.
Okay.
But he laid down for 15 minutes.
He was just taking a rest. There's a strike on Carl Crawford.
The fact of the matter is, when you're running the bases, you have an opportunity to tell whether you want to run a guy over or what the deal is. Some people are saying, well, it's a split-second decision. No, it's not. You know what's going on. You know whether you want to run him over or not, or if you want to slide around him.
Well, in the locker room earlier today, we were talking about Alex Avila, who currently is the catcher for the Tigers, and Brandon Inge, who has caught, obviously, for the Tigers. And both of them feel that, you know what, it's part of the game, but they also did feel that there was a little bit of intent there because a wide portion of home plate was available, and he easily could have slid around the catcher and scored the run.
How many times have we watched in the Tigers games this year where somebody comes in the home plate, the catcher's blocking the plate, and guys elect to slide around and just simply touch the plate with their left hand?
A lot, yep. Well, I asked Alex, what the hardest that he ever was hit. He went back to last year in Seattle when Eric Burns laid him out.
Oh, he drilled it.
Yeah, I had forgotten about that play until he brought it up. The 0-2. Got him. Strike 3 on the outer edge. Crawford is out of there. 3 strikeouts for Furbush. He continues to do a nice job. Tigers baseball tonight, presented by Bell Tire.
Ordonez back out on the field, getting a quick workout in, taking BP today, running some drills around. He has been on the 15-day disabled list because of that right ankle that he had surgery on and then still continuing to bother him. And we actually found out today, I was talking to Kevin Rand, the trainer, when Maglia was down doing physical therapy, they found out he was actually walking funny. He was walking differently since that surgery. So they actually have fit him now for orthotics, and they're going to put those in his shoes for when he plays in his everyday life as well, those shoes, so that he can kind of fix that. So he's not favoring that ankle or favoring the other ankle. Obviously something you want to fix quickly and to get him back out here with the Tigers. Mario and Rod?
All right, Shannon, thank you. And Rod, you had a chance to actually talk to Maglia on the field, as we saw before the game.
Yeah, I was asking him about the orthotic that he had been fitted for, and I was asking him, was it a real hard one or a soft one, as in single sharply into left field on the 0-2 pitch by Wakefield. And Maglio says it's comfortable. He says he's running in it. Obviously, he took some batting practice in it today. He said more than likely when he's eligible to come off the disabled list, it will be after he goes down to Toledo and gets some swings under his belt. So things are looking good for Maglio right now.
Well, that is good news. And I'm not a doctor, nor have I ever played one, but I would imagine that if you do suffer an injury like that, you might favor one foot, and maybe that's why he started walking differently. And the orthotics helping him out. So we'll see. But there's no question he gives a different dimension to this lineup when he's in there in the 3 spot and swinging it well. Austin Jackson is batting now after the leadoff single by Brandon. The Tigers have only been able to get to Wakefield for a couple of 1-run innings. Lifted to center field. Ellsbury is there. 1 gone.
Maglio getting reacquainted with his teammates once again. Andy Dirks, who replaced Maglio on the roster and when Maglio went on the DL.
So it'll be hopefully not too long before we see Ordonez back in the Detroit lineup. Kind of getting reacquainted with the baseball field today. Take some BP before the game and testing that ankle out.
And Santiago inserted into the lineup today by Jim Leland. He probably has the best numbers of anybody in the lineup against Wakefield.
The interesting thing is that a lot of switch hitters will bat right-handed against a knuckleball pitcher, but Santiago has decided not to.
I think it's usually the power hitters that do that, not your table setters, but a lot of the power guys tend to do that against Wakefield.
It's popped up. Lowry at short. 2 gone. Santiago is 0 for 3. Inge holding at first base. So Wakefield continues to cruise along here. He has thrown 54 pitches. That's it. Here's Ryan Rayburn.
John Lackey goes down. Daisuke Matsuzaka goes down, and all they do is get great starts from Aceves and Wakefield. How deep are they?
Well, they're showing quite a bit of depth right now, and with the way their offense is clicking, they're in pretty good shape. 1-0 on Rayburn. Ryan bunted the ball with 1 out back in the 3rd and was thrown out by Wakefield. They actually gave Rayburn a sacrifice on that play.
How did they do that with 1 out?
I have no idea.
Down by 4.
That's fouled back out of play. I mean, clearly he was bunting for a base hit, but he got the benefit of the doubt.
And he's batting 3rd.
And he's batting 3rd, exactly. So, according to the rule book, you're supposed to take intent into account. How many outs, the situation in the game, the score, all of that stuff. Swing and a miss. It gets away from Saltalamacchia. Still has time, and he throws him out by a step. So Wakefield gives up a leadoff single, but no damage done. We'll go to the 6th. Here's the upcoming pitching matchups presented by the Michigan Office of Highway Safety. Tomorrow it's going to be Buchholz and Oliver in the Fox National game tomorrow evening. We'll be back with you on Sunday for a whale of a matchup. Beck and Verlander.
A couple of guys that have been on top of their games this year. Look at that earned run average by Beckett. 1.69, 4-1 record.
So that'll be a good one. The next 2 days should be good. Hopefully Mr. Oliver.
Buchholz is pretty good too.
He is indeed. Andy getting another shot at the big leagues coming up to make the start tomorrow. There is Jed Lowry as we go to the 6th inning. Meanwhile, Charlie Furbush 2 scoreless innings. He glided through the middle of the lineup for the Red Sox in the 5th inning. Struck out 2 of them. Struck out Ortiz and Crawford. Here's the 0-1. Lowry hits a ground ball to short. And Peralta throws him out. 1 away. Well, in case you missed it earlier today, the Tigers have acquired David Percy from the Oakland Athletics. Scott Sizemore will go the other way to the A's. And what are your thoughts on this deal?
You know, we saw David Percy in 2008, I believe. He made his major league debut against the Tigers. A little game in April. He pitched 4 innings, only a couple of hits given up, but he walked 7 in that game. And I think that has probably been his Achilles heel since coming to the major leagues, as he just hasn't filled up the strike zone with enough quality strikes. But we do know that David Dombrowski, in his entire tenure as a general manager, wherever that has taken him, he's been fond of power pitchers.
He's got another one, this one from the left side, to join the Tigers bullpen tomorrow. There's Dave.
And I think it's a good for the change of scenery for Scott Sizemore. Obviously, Scott was struggling here offensively, and it just gives him a new lease on life.
The 0-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Reddick. The Tigers also called up Danny Worth from AAA. He is here, and he'll get some time at second. Santiago will as well, and there was a hint that Rayburn will get some time at second in addition. So they can fill that hole at second base. Bender misses inside. 2-2. Furbush has fanned 3. And Charlie summoned from the bullpen after 3 innings tonight from the starter Rick Porcello. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Listed high, 3-2. Saltalamacchia waiting on deck. Drilled to center field, base hit. Maybe more, let's see. Jackson over to cut it off, and he'll hold him to a single, and 1 on, 1 out. Well, again, Dave Dombrowski talked to the media before the game, and he addressed his second base situation.
I'm sure we have some different candidates there, and as we told Scotty, we just can't get him over the hump from an offensive perspective with us. Maybe a change of scenery will help him, but he's in a position where we've got guys. Santiago's playing there tonight. Worth, of course, can play there, and also he can play Rayburn there.
Well, and David also went on to say, as Saltalamacchia steps in, that they were excited when Sizemore came back because his first game he had 3 hits, had that short stroke going the other way against the Yankees, but then the swing got long and they just couldn't get him back to where they wanted him to be.
Well, one of the toughest things to do for a young player when you're having success in the minors is to bring that same mindset to the major leagues. You know, something else that Jim had encouraged Scott Sizemore to do, along with Lloyd McClendon, as we get a look at Danny Worth. He's in the building, obviously. Is they tried to get Sizemore to be more aggressive in fastball counts early because opposing pitchers kept throwing him lots of fastballs, and he just really wasn't that aggressive.
Well, having said that, does he maybe fit into Oakland's system a little bit better, that quote-unquote Moneyball system?
They preach patience there, and I'm sure they will not be encouraging him to swing early because they like to work counts. They like to take base on balls. They like guys with very good on-base percentages. That's just the way they play. And they also had a surplus of pitching. And that's one of the reasons why Percy was made available.
One 0 on Saltalamacchia with Reddick at first base. 6-2 Boston in the lead. Wave and a miss. 1-1. Percy will bring a little bit of experience now to the Tigers bullpen. He's also going to bring some size. He's 6'4", 240.
Big guy. Former #1 draft choice. As a matter of fact, Al Avila, Dave's assistant, was telling me before the game that before the Toronto Blue Jays traded Percy to Oakland, the Tigers were trying to get him. So they just kind of stayed persistent, and then he was made available again. And at this time, they were the beneficiary of being able to acquire him.
Well, it gives Jim Leland another veteran down there because the bullpen had gotten awfully young, especially with Furbush coming up and Wilt coming up. 1-2. Villarreal was very young, but he was sent back. Fouled away. Saltalamacchia hangs in there. One out single by Reddick here in the 6th inning. The Red Sox have 8 hits tonight. And their big inning was a 5-run third. Furbush came in for the first time the other night when Phil Koch was injured and he was summoned from the pen. He had no idea, obviously, that he was going to be called in because of the injury, and he said that was really probably the best thing for me. Didn't have much time to think about it, didn't have much time to worry about it, like some guys who are told they're going to make a start in a couple of days in their big league debut. He had to come right in, and he came in throwing strikes. Big rip there by Saltalamacchia. 1-2 the count stays. Furbush hails from South Portland, Maine. 25 years old. Fly ball, shallow left. Rayburn coming in. And there are 2 gone. Let's go back to the studio now. Here's John Keating. Absolutely. And there you see the numbers right now with the Tigers in second place. Chicago right behind them. Here it is 6-2 Boston. They're batting with 2 outs in the 6th. And a ball low to Jacoby Ellsbury. 2 for 3 tonight for Ellsbury, including a home run, a solo shot back in the 3rd. He wasted little time in getting their offense going with a leadoff single to start the game. He stole and then later scored in the 1st inning.
Do you think this Boston Red Sox has the kind of lineup where good left-handers will really slow them down, or do you think it really matters?
I don't think it matters. I got to be honest with you.
No?
No, I mean, maybe on some nights it might, but you're talking about some really quality left-handed batters, guys that have been around a while. Ortiz, Crawford, and Gonzalez, and I don't know, they might be susceptible, but I'd go to battle with them, I guess.
Yeah.
You feel otherwise?
Well, those numbers on Ellsbury kind of validate what I was thinking. He's about 100 points less against left-handers than right-handers. And then you got Gonzalez, you got Big Papi, you got Crawford. If you're going to beat him, if you're going to stay in a game, if you've got some left-handers and you can run out there against them, then you should probably run them out there against them.
I guess it depends on the quality of the left-hander on the mound. The 1-1. Drilled in the air to right. Straight at Wells. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit. Furbush continues to throw scoreless baseball.
For the Coors Light freeze cam in the first inning, Jackson was standing on second base, and Cabrera got loose for a single up the middle, and he about undressed Austin Jackson with that base hit right back up the middle. Jackson had the jackknife out of the way. Coors Light freeze cam is always brought to you by your Frost Brew Coors Light.
So we go to the bottom of the sixth. Tigers need to get the bats going here. They are down 6-2, and it's Miguel Cabrera to lead it off. Against Tim Wakefield. Cabrera, Martinez, Peralta. Miguel had an RBI single with 2 outs in the first. And he drives one in the air toward left center. Ellsbury calling off his left fielder. One away. Well, spend part of your Memorial Day weekend Monday at Comerica Park and watch the Tigers take on the Minnesota Twins at 105. You can save $5 with the spring ticket deal, which means mezzanine seats are available for just $10. Call 866-66-TIGER. Check it out online as well at tigers.com. The Twinkies coming to town after the Bo Sox leave. Here's Victor Martinez, 0 for 2. 1-0 on Victor. He spent a year and a half with the Boston Red Sox, and in a Red Sox uniform hit .313. He pulls one to left field, sinking, base hit. Little Victor was running around the field again today.
He runs around every day. He has a blast. He has a blast. What a likable young man, young kid.
Renewing acquaintances with Mr. Pedroia, Big Papi,
everybody.
Well, Big Victor is on with his first hit of the game.
Nothing like hanging out with Dad.
Especially if Dad's a big league player. That's awfully good. 0-1 on Peralta. Yeah, look at the fog. This is really getting, well, kind of strange. We don't see it very often here. It's the exact same weather we had at Fenway last week. 0-2 on Johnny. There's Fenway. Does it look familiar? You can barely see the players at one point. It was much cooler then, though. It's almost like Alfred Hitchcock should jump into your screen at some point. eerie. 0-2. Saltalamacchia down to block it.
I couldn't watch that stuff when I was young.
It's Hitchcock?
Nope, couldn't watch it. Scared.
He was really good.
Couldn't watch it.
We ought to sit you down and watch birds. That would freak you out.
I watched that.
The 1-2. Grounded toward third, foul. Oh, right by Gino. And a souvenir. He's got the face paint and everything.
It ain't even kids' day. Dad's got his face painted too.
Yeah. Another one pulled. Peralta hit a homer back in the second. He walked in the fourth. And now batting .303. Only Asdrubal Cabrera has knocked in more runs from the shortstop position than Johnny. Lifted to center, shallow. Ellsbury coming on. 2 gone. That'll bring up Avila. Alex at 289. He has lifted the ball in the air twice. Once to left, once to center.
It seems like quite a few of the Tigers have made outs by elevating the baseball today, but that's kind of what you get when you go up against a guy that is throwing about 65 to 70 miles per hour with lots of knuckleballs. You have the tendency to uppercut, and when you have a tendency to uppercut, you're going to fly out a lot, and there's some validation of that. 10 flyouts in the outfield today.
It was not a very clean circle.
Well, I thought you wouldn't point that out.
There's a ball outside, 2-0. I just got to keep you honest every now and then.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Tigers tonight have managed only 5 hits. Wakefield has given up his share of runners, but not a whole lot of damage against him. Again in the air to center. That one is caught on a dive by Ellsbury.
What a play.
A sinking line drive to center field. Jacoby with a whale of a play.
He is doing it all here at Comerica Park.
So the Tigers are done here in the 6th.
On the mound tonight, but he definitely has a lot of support here at the game. This beautiful lady might look familiar to you. Her name is Garita Smirnoff. She's with Dancing with the Stars and is Brad's beautiful fiance.
Thank you.
An exciting end to Dancing with the Stars. You were with Ralph Macchio, but it must be kind of nice to be able to come here and support your boyfriend and support the team.
You know, we both were very busy, so we didn't get to see each other for almost 3 months. So it's nice to finally come out and see the game, see everyone else playing, but obviously to spend time with Brad.
Good. And of course, we have other family members here. Will, you're also in town. Dwayne, Brad's dad, is here in the suite as well. Now, Will, you're from Boston, or you're living in Boston now. So you're probably hoping that the guys play a lot better so that you can go back and brag a little bit.
Yeah, we need to score some runs so I got something to talk about when I go back to town.
Good. Now, Karina, I'm sure all the ladies at home are wondering, you're a fabulous dancer. Brad is a fabulous pitcher. But can he dance, and are you working on that?
I'm definitely working because we have to get the first dance ready too. But he's a great lifter. He can lift me above his head easily.
Well, you're tiny, so I'm not surprised.
So we're working on his hip action right now.
All right, we'll work on keeping him on beat. Rod and Mario, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Shannon, thank you. As we play here in the 7th inning. Rod, you watch Dancing with the Stars?
I have to admit that there has been some nights when I've gotten that look from Mrs. Allen, and I just kind of sit down for an hour and just kind of chill out.
You have to give up the remote, don't you?
Yeah, I sit down and watch it.
Well, Karina did a great job, and we congratulate her. And, of course, Brad, who was pulling all the way. 1-2 on Dustin Pedroia here in the 7th inning. Furbush back out there, and that's drilled in the air to left center field. Hit well. Jackson going back all the way to the warning track.
We showed the Tigers had made lots of outs in the air, but Boston has hit quite a few balls up in the air today, too.
Yeah, quite a few of them against Furbush. We've got 2 fly ball outs in the 4th, another one in the 5th, 2 more in the 6th. And now 1 here in the 7th. Here's Adrian Gonzalez. 2 for 3 tonight, couple of singles and a run scored. Tigers had a 2-1 lead going into the 3rd, and then the Red Sox scored 5 big ones. Here's the 1-0.
Outstanding pitch by Furbush. 81-mile-per-hour little breaking ball. He had Gonzalez fooled and out in front. And you don't make Adrian look like this too often.
Off the end of the bat, 1-2.
He's hitting over 300 against left-handers, 354 against right-handers. So that kind of answers the question regarding Gonzalez that I posed to you last half inning. Left-handers aren't going to bother him very much because he drives the ball the other way. He will take a base hit to left field.
Got him on the inside corner. Furbush.
Little front door breaking ball there, and Gonzalez did not like the call by Mark Carlson.
4th strikeout now for Charlie. By the way, tomorrow the UEFA Champions League final comes to Fox with an epic clash between 2 of soccer's most renowned teams as Barcelona takes on Manchester United. Exclusive coverage begins tomorrow at 2 o'clock. High definition on your local Fox station.
You've been following any of the NBA playoffs?
A little bit.
LeBron and the Miami Heat are going to the NBA Finals.
They are, and they're going to take on Dirk and the Mavericks, right?
Yep.
Should be a good match.
Yes, it should be.
2 mega stars in their sports. Well, Dirk is having a whale of a postseason. The 0-1. 0-2. Euclid with a 2-run double. He's 1 for 3. Who you got in that series, by the way?
I'm going to go Miami.
Are you?
Yes, I am. I'm going to go Miami. Too much talent.
Yeah, I might have to agree with you on that. 1-2. We need Ryan Field up here to talk NBA. He's our NBA pro.
Oh, he's big on that.
Here's the 1-2. Got him. Strike 3. How about Furbush? Man, is he dealing tonight. 5 strikeouts. Euclid, not a happy camper. Tigers 6-2. Tim Wakefield has given up just 5 hits in this game. He'll go back to the mound. His pitch count is in terrific shape. And he delivers a strike to Casper Wells. He'll be followed by Brandon Inge and then Austin Jackson. There's the ball down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. 74 pitches for the right-hander Wakefield, who has not given up a run since the Peralta homer back in the second. Casper turns on that one foul. 1-2.
Well, what has he topped out at today? That would be Wakefield. 75 miles an hour, which means he hadn't thrown a fastball. His fastball is better than 75. So has he been all knuckleballs today?
Apparently so. The 1-2. Fly ball. Left field. Hit pretty well. Crawford to the wall to make the catch. That one just would not carry out. 1 gone. Another fly ball out for Wakefield. Bunch of those tonight. Here is our Comerica game summary. Johnny Peralta with a home run back in the second, his 8th of the year. Ellsbury and Crawford has gone deep for the Boston Red Sox, and again that 5-run third is the biggest here today, and it turned this game around, at least for the time being. Their third 5-run inning in this series. Inge 1 for 2, singled his last at bat. Did you like facing knuckleballers?
I really had no problem with them. I mean, there's not that many. And the guys that I faced, I mean, it was in the minor leagues, obviously. There was a couple of guys around. But I really had no problem with it. I mean, you just kind of see it up. And I got right on top of the plate. And you just kind of try to take a good swing at it.
But did you have to fight the feeling that you weren't going to hit the ball 900 miles or try not to hit the ball 900 miles?
Well, that's the biggest challenge that you face.
It's pulled to left field on a line. Crawford coming on to make the catch.
They've got so much speed in the outfield with Crawford and Ellsbury that nothing really drops out there.
Literally.
But the biggest challenge you face going up against a knuckleballer is not looking at it like you're going up against somebody and you're playing softball.
Right.
That's why so many flyouts today by Detroit batters.
1-0 on Jackson, who's done a pretty good job tonight. Single walk, stolen base, run scored. And he flied out to center field his last time up. 1 ball, 1 strike. 44 years of age. Wakefield won't be 45 till later in the season. Shoot that one toward right field, and it's caught by Josh Reddick. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Tigers baseball tonight, presented by Bell Tire. And the Red Sox in their last 3 games have outscored their opponents 34-5, and maybe more impressively, they've put up 44 hits in the last 3 games.
And they're rolling. And they are absolutely rolling right now.
So it'll be David Ortiz, Carl Crawford, and Jed Lowry facing lefty Charlie Furbush, who has struck out 5. This will be his 5th inning of work as we go to the 8th. Ground ball hit to the right side. Martinez has it. Furbush will win the race. Could have ran backwards to first base and won that race. 1 gone.
Pretty impressive what Charlie has been able to do in his first 2 major league games. Logging 8 innings. He's only given up 4 hits. Has not given up a run yet.
Pretty amazing. I mean, we talk about all the time the old cliche that when you fall behind, you bring in a guy early out of the pen. All he's trying to do is keep it close and give your offense a chance. Well, he's done just that tonight. The Tigers just have not been able to get to Tim Wakefield. Crawford hit a 2-run shot back in the 3rd. It was his 4th home run of the year, and his numbers are starting to climb now. 21 RBIs. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. 1-1. Two and 1 on Crawford. Charlie really has made it look easy tonight. The only hits against him, Gonzalez in the 5th and Reddick in the 6th. He's retired everybody else. 5 of them via the strikeout. Big swing there by Crawford on the breaking ball. 2-2.
Watching the athleticism of Crawford on a baseball field, he probably could have played any sport in the pros. Basketball, baseball, or football. He was a tremendous high school athlete.
Based on the contract he signed, he made the right choice.
No doubt about that.
Lots of security. He's already put up big time numbers.
I watched some footage of him when he was playing in high school football. It was ridiculous.
What position did he play?
Quarterback.
Really?
And as you could imagine, he probably had the option to do whatever he wanted to do with that football.
Especially tuck it and run if he wanted to. Three-two pitch. Ooh. Ball 4. Furbush walks his first of the night.
Hey fans, follow the Tigers with the MLB.com at Bat 11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio pitch by pitch, tracking video highlights, and more. Text at BAT 31826 or visit Tigers.com.
Cabby DHing tonight for the first time, so he's kind of chilling on the bench. Ground ball foul, third base side off the bat of Jed Lowry. He's 1 for 3. Furbush out of LSU. Tigers selected him in the 4th round back in 2007, not too long ago. He missed all of the 08 season with an elbow sprain. Way out in front, 0-2. There is some action in the Detroit bullpen. Albuquerque, the right-hander. Schlereth, the left-hander. Now the 0-2. A little bit high on Lowry. Jed last year missed 3 months of the season with mononucleosis. That really shut him down. He is a very versatile guy. He's played first, second, third, and short. All of the infield positions. He was an All-American at Stanford.
Well, they like those Pac-10 guys, I guess.
They do.
Lowry, Ellsbury, Pedroia.
One and two. Got him picked off. Martinez fires to second. The tag out. It will go down as a caught stealing for Crawford.
CC really couldn't get a good jump off Furbush, so he decided to guess that Furbush would go home, and he left on first movement. As soon as Furbush put that leg up, he was off and running in. A nice job by Victor Martinez at first base, coming to get the ball. Look at Victor. He comes to get it, which means it takes little time for him to get the ball to Johnny, and he also creates an angle for himself that allows Johnny to see the baseball without coming into the view of the runner. That's a very nice job by Victor.
Not a bad job for a guy that doesn't play a whole lot of first base either. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Jed Lowry. Outside, 3-2.
One more look here, and by him coming to get the ball, take a look now. He's picked off. Now Victor comes to get it. 3 steps in. Now look at the angle now that he creates to throw down to second base. It's a pretty good angle now that the runner doesn't come into play. And if he doesn't get inside that line, then you're throwing the ball into the base runner, and that shortstop doesn't see it clearly.
High, he walked him. Back-to-back walks here in the 8th. Second walk for Charlie, and that's going to bring up Reddick.
And you wonder if Charlie getting a little tired. Jim's not buying that excuse, though. He's mumbling.
Here comes the pitching coach, though, Rick Knapp.
I was trying to bail Charlie out.
Forget it.
Jim wasn't having it.
Well, what's going on around the major leagues? Our good friend Kirk Gibson has the Arizona Diamondbacks playing pretty well.
Well, and it looks like the New York Mets have decided to sell a piece of that team, minority share, for $200 million.
They sell it to you?
No, I could not afford that.
You've got that kind of change. I know you do.
I wish.
Flip Lee yesterday against the Reds. 8 strikeouts in 8 innings.
And he had 2 hits and he drove in 3.
Pretty good day's work. We'll see those Diamondbacks in interleague play, round 2 of interleague play here at Comerica Park.
They're playing good baseball. Kirk Gibson's got that team 2 games over 500 as we speak, and going into play tonight.
So here's Josh Reddick. 6-2 here. The Red Sox in the lead. Pulled foul. Reddick tonight has a single and a walk. We're talking about his power at the minor league level. In AAA this year, he had 12 home runs before the call-up. 12 already this season. He had 18 in AAA last year. 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch. She hit him. Or did he? Apparently not. Reddick got out of the way. 1-2.
Barely.
Barely's right. Whoa.
He was bracing himself for contact.
swing and a miss. He struck him out. Furbush ends the inning with his 6th strikeout of the game. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Got to get the bats going. Time's running out. Brought to you by Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. Well, earlier today at the ballpark, our pregame concert, I should say, featured Panic Trigger. They were jamming before today's contest. And I saw you tapping your toes before the game, too, with their music, Brian.
You called me. You called me.
Well, the Tigers need to get the bats going now as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning.
Well, Daniel Bard, the hard-throwing right-hander, usually pitches the 8th inning for Terry Francona. He's been struggling lately. He's already been in 24 games this year, so Terry's kind of backed off the workload of Bard. He's lost 4 games. He's blown a couple of saves, but he's got an electric right arm. He's kind of like our Joaquin Benoit. They've got to get Daniel Bard going if they're going to get to where they need to go, because he turns the ball over to Papelbon. And, of course, we've well documented how important Benoit is to our back end of our bullpen.
So here's Santiago, who leads it off. 97 from the get-go out of Bard.
He can get up to 100 on a good day.
Santiago, Rayburn, Cabrera. Facing the right-hander. Chops slowly to the second baseman, Pedroia. 1 out. Can't imagine it's a picnic going from a knuckleballer to this guy.
He got beat on his second best pitch on a couple of occasions at Fenway Park last week. Brennan Bosch took him around the pesky pole. That was a slide piece. And then Cabrera got loose on him, too, for another slider at about 86 miles an hour. And he played long ball as well.
Well, tonight the Tigers managed only 5 hits against Tim Wakefield. Here's Rayburn. You know, one name we haven't called this entire series is Kurt Young. We haven't needed to see him.
No, we haven't. New pitching coach for the Boston Red Sox.
He's been hanging out in their dugout just watching his pitchers deal. It was Aceves yesterday, Wakefield today. The 0-1. Rayburn didn't like it. There's Kurt Young.
Kurt did marvelous work in his seasons out in Oakland with that pitching staff. He was out there for a long time, too.
He was a teammate in his playing days with Jeff Jones, the Tigers bullpen coach.
In Oakland?
Yeah. They played together. swing and a miss, and Rayburn is dusted. 2 gone. Bard has his first strikeout. Wow. We'll bring up Cabrera. You got to dial it up quick to get ahead of this guy. Cabrera 1 for 3. Singled in a run in the first. Shot to right field on a line, but straight at Reddick to end the inning. 1-2-3 frame. 8 in the books. Boston on top. Top of the 9th inning. And we do want to remind you that you can vote for your Tigers McDonald's Player of the Game, presented tonight by the Big Mac, using your cell phone. Text Tigers followed by a space in the player's uniform number to 37338. Or you can vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com. See the final results postgame during Tigers Live. And we have a new Tigers pitcher. Now, Furbush was outstanding tonight, but he'll give way now to Schlereth.
Well, Schlereth needs to make sure that he does a very nice job when he does face some left-handers of burying that breaking ball down and away from him. And I'd like to see Daniel start to use his fastball a little bit more. He's got a fastball anywhere from 90 to 93. And I think he should start using it a little bit more often.
So, Mr. Schlereth here in the 9th inning, facing Saltalamacchia to lead it off, and then Ellsbury and Pedroia. (6-2) the Red Sox lead here in game 2 in the series. Fly ball right field. Casper Wells backing up, edge of the track. 1 pitch, 1 out. He's going to bring up Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury 2 out of 4. Including a solo shot, which was part of that 5-run third that the Tigers to this point have not been able to come back from. Strike 1. Papelbon is the right-hander. Scott Atchison is a right-hander. Atchison's on the left. Papelbon's on the right. There's a ball outside, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball is a strike 1-2. Pedroia will be next. Porcello started, went 3. Furbush came on and pitched from the 4th through the 8th. And very well, I might add. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. Eric Cooper at third base said that he held. 2-2.
Good call by Mr. Cooper.
So the count on Ellsbury now 3-2. Andy Oliver will make his 2011 big league debut tomorrow against Clay Buchholz. And Verlander Beckett coming up on Sunday. Here's the 3-2 pitch. He got him, strike 3. Ellsbury tried to coax a walk, but he'll take a right turn back to the dugout.
It's a well-located fastball there by Slayers. At the knees, on the black. Nice frame job by Avila, pulling it up ever so slightly to give Mark Carlson, the home plate umpire, a really good look.
Here's Pedroia. Dustin is hitless in this game, but he did walk and score a run. And he looks at strike 1.
What you gonna do tomorrow on the day off for us?
Well, I know it's going to start with me sleeping in.
You cannot sleep in, can you?
I'm going to sleep in. It's a Saturday, my man.
Come on.
What are you going to do?
Well, I won't be sleeping in.
No?
No, I can't. I'll get up, and then I might go back and take a little power nap, but I can't sleep in.
Oh, no, I can sleep in with the best of them. There's the ball high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. As the day progresses, I'll get up at some point. Take a leisurely walk downstairs and figure out what I want to do. The weather's getting better tomorrow, right?
That's what they say.
I hope so.
I kind of threw it out there on Twitter today that I had an off day and I was looking for a barbecue to go to, and
did you find any takers?
I got a lot of responses.
I'm sure you did.
I got invited to a lot of barbecues.
You might be hopping all over the town tomorrow.
All the way down to Toledo for a barbecue.
Really? The 1-2. Pulled on the ground deep in the hole. Johnny gets it, but not in time.
Some of you may be wondering why in the world would Johnny even attempt to make that play by throwing that ball down to first base, knowing that Pedroia is going to be safe. We've seen guys fall down running down that baseline. And that's the reason why you finish all plays. If for whatever reason he doesn't get out of the batter's box or he slips and he falls, you get the out just by finishing the play.
Pedroia smelling hit. Picks up his first of the night. He's going to make it 9 hits now for the Red Sox. And it gives Gonzalez another at bat.
If I decide to go to any of those barbecues, maybe I'll pick you up and then I'll let you pay for the gas, because gas is kind of high these days.
Why does that not shock me? Give me a call. Pick me up. I'll bring my wallet.
Just bring your wallet so you can pay for the petrol.
Runner goes with no throw, and standing up with a steal is Pedroia. What's your favorite thing to put on a barbecue? Steaks? Ribs?
Yes, steaks.
I lean toward ribs. I love barbecue ribs.
Yeah. Well, that day's coming up in a couple of days for sure. Memorial Day. That's the day. That's a good excuse to get the barbecue pit out, dust it off,
Absolutely.
clean it up.
One and one on Gonzalez. And he takes low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tigers, when we get to the bottom of the 9th, will have Martinez, Peralta, and Avila. And the 2-1. Checked it low. He didn't go. Oh, he did go. Really? Gonzalez doesn't agree. Let's see. I think he held up.
I do too. I do too.
Eric Cooper disagrees. In his opinion's the only one that counts. 2-2. Schlereth got 2 outs, then gave up an infield single to Pedroia. And he checked. This time he had to go. Yep. That'll end the inning. Couple of strikeouts for Daniel Schlereth. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. 6-2 Boston.
The Detroit Tigers and their closer, Jonathan Papelbon, is in the game. And last week in Fenway, at Fenway Park, I should say, Papelbon came into the game very late, and he was able to wiggle out of a jam by striking out the side, but that was with runners in scoring position. So nice job by Papelbon in the game that night.
Well, the Red Sox can bring out a couple of impressive guys at the back end of their pen. We saw Bard in the 8th, and he'll give way to Papelbon here in the 9th.
Well, Papelbon is pitching much better this year than they did last year. That much is for sure. They were concerned about him going into spring training, whether he would rebound from the poor season he had in 2010. And look at the numbers. He's been pretty good.
Victor Martinez will be the first man to face Papelbon. Martinez, Peralta, and Avila. Tigers down to their final 3 outs here, down 6-2. And Victor in the ball game tonight, 1 for 3 with a single. Boston trying to make it 2 straight wins over the Tigers in this series, and 4 straight this season. First pitch sails outside. 1 ball and no strikes on Martinez. The 1-0 pulled foul. 1-1. Papelbon's ERA jumped to 3.90 last season in 65 appearances. He did save 37, but the ERA was almost 4. The year before that was 1.85, so it was quite a jump. Foul straight back. That would end up in the Boston booth.
It sure did. I don't think they tried to make a play either, though.
No, they didn't. Jerry Remy. Yeah, Don Orsillo has it, their play-by-play man. There's Remy off to the left. He wanted no part of it.
Rim dog was like, I don't have no glove.
The 1-2. Slap to left field on a line. Crawford backs off, plays it on a hop. Leadoff man is on. And that is the 6th hit for the Tigers in this game. It's also their first hit since the 6th inning. Here's Johnny Peralta. Johnny homered back in the 2nd off Wakefield, who went 7 innings tonight before giving way to Bard in the 8th, and now Papelbon in the 9th. Ball 1. The 1-0. There's a strike right at the knees, outer edge, 1-1. Papelbon early in his professional career was a starter for the most part in the minor leagues. His 2nd and 3rd seasons, and then he kind of transitioned into the closer's role at the big league level. And has put up some big save seasons, including 41 back in 08. The 2-1 pitch to center field. Ellsbury on the run, can't get it. It'll get by him. It'll roll to the wall. Martinez coming to 3rd. They're going to send him home. And Peralta has a double. And an RBI. 6-3. Tigers showing some life against the Boston closer.
Something that Johnny Peralta has done a very nice job of this year, and that's taking the ball the opposite way when it's pitched away from him. You can see the angle of the bat, which indicates the barrel of the bat's going to let you drive the ball in the right center field. Ellsbury couldn't run it down, and Victor Martinez getting the go-ahead sign from Gene Lamont to score, and does score rather easily.
So it's 6-3, 8th double of the year for Peralta. That'll bring up Alex Avila. 7 Tigers hits. Swing and a miss. 0-1 on Avila. Alex 0 for 3 tonight. Brennan Bosch has moved to the on-deck circle. Casper Wells was due up next, so he'll pinch hit. Fouled off. Now it's 0-2 on Avila. Alex 1 for 3, limited experience against Papelbon. That's in his career. Three fly ball outs in this one. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He blew him away at 94. First out of the inning.
Said high cheese. That's what the Boston Red Sox catchers like to do with 2 strikes, and that's throw the ball above the belt buckle when you have guys like Bard and Papelbon in the back end of your bullpen. You can do that.
So now here's Bosch to pinch hit for Casper Wells. "20 RBIs this year for Bosch. Ball 1. This is the first pinch hitting appearance of the year for Bosch. The 1-0. Looped in the air toward left, and Crawford makes the catch. And the runner has to retreat.
Looked like Crawford was battling the lights on that line drive off the bat of Brennan Bosch, but he never gave up on him. Take a look at him. You could tell about right now, he's not really seeing that ball. It's right in the lights. His eyes get big, but he didn't give up on it, and he still made that play. That is the key, is you don't give up. The ball will come out of the lights. It's a nice job by Crawford.
That's a big out for Papelbon.
Did you see how big his eyes got?
Huge. Saucers. They were saucer-esque. Whatever it takes to get the job done. 2 gone. So it's up to Brandon Inge. Tigers have gotten a run in the inning on the RBI double by Peralta. Ball 1 to Brandon. Well, Brandon's got some pretty good numbers. He has 4 strikeouts, but he's 4 out of 9 against him. That's right at the knees for strike 1. One ball, 1 strike on Brandon. Leadoff single by Martinez, double by Peralta scored him. But Papelbon has gotten the next 2 hitters. Missed it 2-1. Jackson waiting on deck. Now 2-2 on Brandon Inge. Papelbon looking for that final strike. (6-3) Boston. Tigers getting a run here in the 9th, their first run since the 2nd inning. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the Red Sox have won the first 2 games in the series. Tigers threaten to score a run here in the 9th inning, but fall short. And our final score tonight, 6-3 Boston. Back with a whole lot more from Comerica Park.